Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 90 Wolf. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. Hey, wahoo! 57 for Mike. 57 for Mike. Now.
Throwing on first down. Gordon. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
That's how we do it, baby.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, box truck.
Off the play fake. Gordon. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Check up right there. Check.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
3 butt. Watch twist. Hey, alert 3. Bang out. Bam. Check. Touch 50. Zebra. Check. Go ahead.
Elliott. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
SOS. No. 36 power. Mike, 55.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. He's going to have the first down past the 20. He's at the 50. 30, past the 20, touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith, 94 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Let's go double count right here. Double count. Check hot route. Hot. Safe. Hey, alert. Switch. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 3.
On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Hey, ladies. Four down. Big
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Check the backer. Go.
Now Ito Smith. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are. You know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. On first down, Gordon. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a second down coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll run with Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Let's go.
Throwing on third and long. Gordon. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Hey, 0-0-0. Watch out. Hold up. Watch out.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Bang out. Bam. Check 50. Shoot.
Now Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
14. Watch the car. 53's the Mike. 53.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Back. Jam. Alert 3. Check it. 12.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is Smith. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he lost the football. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Gordon. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
He's crashing.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. On first down, Wilson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
36 power. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Zoom. Check. 55 to Mike. Yo, 40. Watch QB drop.
Wilson now to and past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson forced out to his left. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Wilson. Open man is Higgins. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Wilson. Going to throw again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Check, Friday.
Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Going up top. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alpha. Ready?
Off play action. Gordon. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They go to Elliott again. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, alert. Touch 50. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, watch the order. Check 53's mic. Check 53.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, down in Glendale, and not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Get wide. Get it.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he's got some space here. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. On the run, it's Smith. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Tackle made by Delano Hill. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the right side here with Smith. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Okay, ready? Mike 57. Get him. Now.
Give to Smith out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken very short.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Get inside. Let's go.
32-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Wilson now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And an alley to run. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Check. 280. Check. 45 to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
14, front it. 45, Mike, 45. Still got it, 4 down. 45. Mike, 45. There. Check, 43.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A first down carry for Smith. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Smith. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
10-2 stop. Watch the screen. Yep. Motion. Now. 57 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Go. Rush in. Yo.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. And now he'll tuck it and run. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short. 3rd and 1.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can. And that's what he's done very well in this game.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 4th down. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
14.
55.
Throwing again. Wilson. This pass complete to Higgins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to